Hello, Ada, and welcome to your video. So at the beginning of the school year, when you told us that you were retiring, I got really sad. But then I remembered that we're moving along with you, so I'm not as sad anymore. But when you told us that, I got this idea in my head to make you a video from your last graduating senior class. We had no idea that this would be the circumstances of our world. All of us wish that we could be together to finish out these last couple of weeks, and I'm very sad that that is not the case. But despite all of that, that does not take away any of our accomplishments, anything that you have taught us over the years. You know, you have done so many great things for the social work department at Bethel College, and you should be really proud of yourself. So we just wanted to make a video to show you how grateful we are for you, to send you thank you messages, and wish you well as you begin your new journey. It does get kind of lengthy, so I would highly suggest sitting back, relaxing, get comfortable, grab some snacks, grab a little drink, and enjoy.
How would you describe Ada?
Devoted, compassionate, intelligent, hardworking, but also our favorite one, incredible. I think you're downright incredible, Ada. I think all these words describe you and so many more.
Compassionate, hardworking, fun, patient, and insightful.
Caring, amazing, hardworking, dedicated, and selfless.
Helpful, caring, task-oriented, soft-spoken, and great.
Ada is caring, committed, intelligent, funny, and respected.
Forgiving, spirited, dedicated, understanding, motivating.
Yeah. Compassionate.
Kind.
Intelligent.
Stylish.
And I say adaptable.
Inspirational.
Hilarious. She's amazingly funny. She's super thoughtful and creative, soft-spoken, and extremely wise.
Courageous, brave, dependable, considerate, open-minded.
Ada is very kind and compassionate and understanding to all of her students and all the people that she works with, and she shows that very, very evidently. She's very professional in her setting, in her element. She's also very driven, and it seems very motivated. She's done so much for the social work department at Bethel and does a lot of other little side gigs in the community. I don't know how she does it. Ada is a boss, okay? Bottom line.
Adaptable, patient, caring, spunky, and down to earth.
What is Ada's greatest quality?
I think your ability to connect with people, I think it is awesome. I think you've shown this in classroom settings, outside of classroom, but your ability just to connect with anyone that you come in contact with, I think that's amazing.
I think that one of her best qualities is her ability to build relationships with everybody.
Her greatest quality is just how much she cares about all of us. How no matter what, she puts a smile on her face. I've never seen or thought Ada had a bad day.
I would say it's being very professional and casual at the same time.
Ada's greatest quality would be how understanding she is.
I think her greatest quality, though, is that she's very open-minded.
I'd say Ada's greatest quality is probably just, she's aware and she likes to make sure that everybody is straight, She knows that people have different situations going on, and I feel like she's able to discern when people are going through things and when people need help, and she works with her students, which makes her probably the best professor I've ever had. So
The way she empowers students to really follow the things that they're passionate about. I feel like a lot of people can tell you when your dreams are too big, but Ada will never tell you your dreams are too big. she'll just sit you down and have you make a plan for how you're gonna like achieve those dreams. So, and then the other one is her empathy. Like, she's very empathetic, and that says something, because a lot of professors, it feels like they live in a completely different time than we do. So they don't seem to recognize like the issues that like students go through at this like time in their lives. And Ada is always there to walk beside you through your struggles and to hold your hand, to be a shoulder, to be an office to cry in, but also to provide you like guidance, and guidance that's like actually like applicable and not,
Ada's greatest quality would probably be how understanding she is, or like flexible, and how committed she is to seeing other people succeed.
Ada's greatest quality is her smile. It is beautiful.
Ada's greatest quality is her ability to kind of make you take a minute and breathe, and kind of calm down. I know that I've had some encounters with her where I've been worked up about something, or whatever it might be, or I might get worked up about something. She is so calm and collected that she makes you feel heard, makes you feel validated, but also kind of looks at it logically, can make you like take a breath. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So I really appreciate that about her, because her energy is just very, very calming.
There are so many great qualities about Ada. It is definitely hard to choose just one, but I would say her best quality is that she's a helper. She's definitely willing to help anybody who needs it, persist through any roadblocks, and she is always willing to go above and beyond.
What is one of your favorite memories with or about Ada?
It has to be probably, to be honest, any time that we spent in Mexico, Ada, you always kept us on our toes and informed us about every little thing, and I think it was the greatest experience like I truly have ever had. There's a funny picture out there. It's somewhere out there when we went to the museum, and you just laid on your side, just being all comfortable, and I think that was one of the funniest, greatest pictures of Ada of all time.
One of my favorite memories with Ada is just all of those like get to know you and icebreaker type games that we played in skills, and having her join us for those. I think we all had a lot of fun together in that class.
I think it was 2015, I took a class with her. It's the alternative class for the Mexico trip. And I just kind of got to see Ada outside of the classroom. We went around Wichita to different food locations, and just the conversations we had and things like that really made me feel good about moving into the social work field and things like that.
One memories that I have of Ada is when the pastor at the LGBTQ plus church in Mexico was saying all the great things about how she was part of the family, and that Ada was just meant so much to that church, even though they were in a totally different country. She'd visited enough times, and that was just so heartwarming to hear, and I was glad to be a part of that.
My favorite memory with Ada would be last year when she invited us all over to her house at the end of the semester, and she made us a whole bunch of food and drinks, and we all just had such a great time.
For my favorite memory, she came up onto the roof of the house we were staying at in Mexico, and we were all swimming and dancing and having a good time. And then as soon as she got up there, she just started dancing. I thought that was pretty funny.
Favorite memory with Ada? It would probably be my first time being in intro to social work. And Ada always, she got her bag full of icebreaker games. And we played this game where you had to get in a line, and from birthday, with like your birthday, you have to be in like a certain order with the months of the year, and you had to do that without communicating, like without talking. And I thought it was just like real. It was kind of interesting because I ain't never experienced anything like that, and I felt like it was from that point on, I just felt like I clicked with Ada, how Ada worked, how Ada taught, and like that really introduced me to Ada, to see just the type of person she is. She's real, she's diverse, so I enjoyed that.
In human sexuality, which was my first social work class, so really like my first introduction to Ada. Seeing her put condoms on a banana. Yeah, just pretty much anytime Ada and John Bjear talked about sex, like I couldn't help but laugh.
My favorite memory of Ada, that would probably be in human sexuality. Somebody mentioned something about using condoms. It was the day she was showing the class how to use a condom, and somebody said something about her being able to put a condom on, and she was like, yeah, I have lots of experience. And I'm just like, Ada, you're an animal. I love you so much.
I have a lot I could say, but the most recent one was Ada holding my son in the social work department hallway and him just smiling and like being so happy with her. That was amazing.
My favorite memory of Ada is probably in human sexuality 2 years ago. She brought out Big Pete and Little Pete to demonstrate how to put on a condom. And I mean, the class was kind of sometimes uncomfortable, sometimes awkward. I'm not gonna lie, I think I expected Ada to be more reserved and maybe a little bit uncomfortable in that environment and that like topic and stuff. But she owned it. She was confident. She was comfortable. She was so matter of fact about it. It kind of eased everyone else's mind. And it was kind of like, it made things less weird and uncomfortable. So it was just, it was a good time. I'm happy that I could have been a part of that.
There are so many memories that I have with Ada. It is really hard to choose just one, but I think that one of my favorite ones would probably be in Mexico. Any Mexico memory, honestly. Whether it was sitting in the eating area after lunch and just talking for forever and letting me just pick at her brain, or just anything else in between. I think though definitely one of my favorite memories though from that trip was when Ada, Vivi, Briley, and I all went exploring Mexico City on the last day. We had a lot of fun. We went to a museum and we took an elevator way up to the top and we had to climb a lot of stairs. I got really tired of stairs, but it's fine. We ate a crepe in this little cafe filled with Nutella, and then we got to see one of the most amazing views. I mean, we could just see everything in Mexico City, and it was just perfect. And then, we went to a bakery, her favorite bakery, and we took the metro home, which was definitely an experience in itself. So, I mean, yeah, that definitely ranks as one of my favorite memories with her.
When was one time when Ada went above and beyond for you?
I would just say the classroom. Ever since the jump, I have a different mentality and a different way I learn, and I think that Ada, like, you definitely went beyond any way, like trying to make sure like I got the content just like as my peers did, but like in a different way that appealed to me and that I was able to comprehend and use all my knowledge and everything and put forth my best effort. So I think that's one way that you went above and beyond.
One of the ways I feel like Ada has really gone above and beyond for me, I feel like after some of my study abroad time and my time in DC, she's made an effort to sit down and chat with me about that, and kind of check in on how I'm doing and what those experiences were like for me, and not just from the angle of let's think about the implications for social work. Just more like, oh, I want to hear about this cool experience you have. Let's just like sit down and chat about it, which made me feel like she really cares about me as a person instead of just as a student.
I have probably 37,000 stories about when she's been, when she went above and beyond for me. So I couldn't just nail it down to one, but definitely probably one of the top is just how much she's helped me to finish this year, and things like that. Just the conversations we had of her telling me I can do this, and don't give up, and we're gonna make this work, and things like that. So definitely would say that's one of the biggest things is helping me get back in school, is how she went above and beyond for me.
One time Ada went above and beyond for me was when I applied for the Eureka grant. They had asked for an IRB application, which is very unusual, and I thought that was very, anyway, I applied for the IRB, and she helped me a lot to get that application turned in and help me with the IRB, and she went really just above and beyond to help me get that whole process in.
I feel like Ada has always gone above and beyond, not only for me, but for all of us. She's always so committed into helping us with whatever we need. She's amazing and always does the most for us.
I mean, I definitely didn't finish my junior practicum on time because there was a lot of distractions that happened, and I started late. That there was a lot of mix-up and miscommunication, and Ada worked with me to the very end. She was making sure, staying on top of me, make sure I handled all my business, and so I appreciate her greatly for that.
So I've gone through a lot of family stuff while I've been at Bethel. Particularly one of my siblings is going through a lot of drug and addiction struggles, and I remember finding Ada after class and asking her if she could help me find resources for my sister. And Ada was just super helpful. She went out of her way to look up other information for me and provide it to me to the next time she saw me. And that's just kind of Ada. There have been tons of times I've gone and cried in her office about something, and I didn't know what resources were available, and Ada went out of her way to find those resources for me. So
a time that Ada has gone above and beyond for me, well, always when we would have a new year or a new semester coming up, she would always make sure that I have all my classes together and know what I'm doing, and there's a purpose behind taking the classes that I'm taking. She always help me have a really good game plan in that, but also specifically in Mexico during interterm, she was really above and beyond to make sure that my mental health was okay, and that just my well-being and others' well-beings during that trip. So she always goes above and beyond.
She went above and beyond for me throughout my whole pregnancy, and then she still does since I've had my son.
Ada has gone above and beyond so many times. When does she not go above and beyond for someone? When has she not gone above and beyond for me? I think one time that really sticks out to me, though, is when we went to Tlama Kasapa. That was a really emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically draining day. And so I remember in the van on the way back, I sat on the water cooler in between her and Jen, and we just talked about pretty much everything we had experienced, just kind of reflected. It was a really hard day for me, and still looking back on it, it's a lot to process. But just sitting there in the van and starting to process some of that, and just her initiating that conversation really meant a lot to me, and that is something I will always remember.
How has Ada influenced you as you grow into a social worker?
She's influenced me by teaching me the connections and interactions that I've had with people, just from meeting you from the jump. I have definitely definitely, like, when I first came here, I wasn't that person that just went and asked people about everything, but like because of you, like I have built so many different connections in the social work world, and just even in like life just in general, and the way that I interact with people are so different because of you. So I appreciate you, Ada.
One of the ways that I feel like Ada has influenced me as a social worker is that I think that she's given me a really great example in how she treats her students, for how we should treat our future clients as we're going forward and being social workers. I think that she's really been patient with us and has tried to give us all the resources that we need to succeed, and she's really compassionate and understanding, and really wants us to go out and do great things. And I think that those are things that we need to keep in mind as we're going forward and working with our future clients as social workers.
The biggest influence she's had for me in going into the social work field is just like the conversations, like I said, we continue to have. She just makes me feel like I'm in the right field. She makes me feel like, you know, everything I've done is going to be appreciated, and it's going to have, you know, a good turnout. And so it just makes me feel good.
She helped me to be persistent and to not cut too many corners, but to not cut corners.
Ada has shown us and taught us all how to be an amazing social worker, and I hope to one day I become a great social worker like her.
I think she just really challenged me to think about all the ways that people are affected in just different ways of all social work and world aspects are connected in different ways. She really helped me challenge myself in thinking how to understand that.
Her compassionate spirit has really, I feel like, grown on me. She sees greatness in everybody that she comes in contact with, and she makes sure to reiterate that to you and to let you know that. And I think it's just the aspect of being kind and showing kindness to everyone and knowing that everyone deserves a chance. And I really, really treasure that about her, and I've come to try to mold that for myself and follow through in that same path. So.
I think one of the biggest ways she's influenced me to grow as a social worker is just kindness. You can give kindness to any and everybody, no matter what they've done to you, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's going on in their life. You can always show a little kindness, and that goes really far. I know a lot of us, our motivation for doing well in the social work program is having professors like Ada and Jen, and you can't let down somebody like that. You don't want to. You want to make them proud because they've done nothing but show us kindness time and time again. And I feel like another way she influenced me is just to know that there's always another way. So it's not, my way or the highway. It's not when you're working with a client, if they're not accepting this solution, it's just, there's nothing else. There's always another way.
Ada has influenced me to grow as a social work student in terms of always thinking about the opposing side of the situation. She really taught me to think of trying to put yourself in that person's shoes, and I feel like in skills she definitely influenced me so much during that class period. It's like everything the things that I need to learn, or that I needed to learn to be a good social worker. And essentially it's things that she does, and that's why she's so good at what she does.
She has influenced me to be the best social worker I can be when I get out into the field, and that my voice does matter no matter what I'm doing.
She knows how to set her boundaries while also kind of developing these personal connections with her students. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. She doesn't really let you cross a line, doesn't let herself cross a line, Again, like very professional while being personal. And sometimes that can be hard. I know that already. And so I think that she's mastered that little area of social work. So, and again, just her ability to be calm and collected and show that she cares about her students and who she works with is just so important, and something that I will reflect on as I go into this field.
The way in which Ada has influenced me to grow as a social worker is that she has taught me the importance of listening and being very intentional when you are in conversation with someone about listening to what they're saying and just making sure you hear them and to let them know that they are heard. That's one of her greatest qualities as well, is she makes everybody feel heard. So, I hope to work on that throughout the years and reciprocate that and just, be like Ada.
What farewell wish do you have for Ada as she begins this next chapter of her life?
I would just say travel. Don't stop traveling. Traveling is always fun. And I think that the ability to go anywhere and travel should be greatly valued. And then finally, enjoy life. Ada, it has been amazing to be one of your students. And I thank you for everything you have done. Please don't stop living life. Whenever you are ready to have margaritas, feel me, invite us over, we're gonna get litty. But enjoy life. It was amazing to know you. This isn't the end. This isn't a goodbye. It's just a see you later, because I know I'm gonna be reaching out to you when I'm ready for the other jobs, you feel me? So thank you, Ada.
My farewell wish, I guess, just have fun, party hard in retirement. You've earned it. Just thank you so much, Ada.
Ada, this is tough, but I'm glad we are finishing together. Not the way we wanted to finish, but definitely still happy that we are finishing together. I wish you nothing but success. I know retirement is going to treat you well after all these years, all the love and care you put into your career. You definitely earned this. You deserve it. Bethel won't be the same without you, but you're definitely leaving it in great hands. Advice I would give you, Ada, is this is going to be totally different for you, but take time to really enjoy it. Find, I guess, new hobbies since you won't be in the classroom as much. And I definitely hope we continue to stay in contact, because without you, I would not be where I am today. I love you, and I hope that you have a great after retirement life. Have a good day.
Ada, I hope retirement is not too boring for you. I see that all you have accomplished and achieved in your life, and I hope that doesn't stop once you're retired.
Ada, I thank you for everything you have done for me these past 2 years. I appreciate you so much, and I wish you the best in the next chapter of your life. You deserve it.
I just hope she has a good time and chooses whatever she wants to do next and to go travel, explore.
My farewell wish to you, Ada Schmidt-Tieszen, would be I wish you well in your retirement, and I hope that you continue to not dye your hair because you're an elderly woman, and you stay strong in all the things that you want to fight for, like with your land and all the things that you want to do with that. And I just wish you happiness, and I want you to know that you've touched so many social workers' lives throughout your time at Bethel, especially mine. And I want you to know that I'll probably be referencing you for the rest of my life. So thank you so much for just being so awesome.
My farewell wish is that you take any chance you get to do anything that you probably never done before. That bucket list you have, do it, because you spent your life giving to everyone else. Now it's time for you to be cared for. I would like Ada to know that we will miss her and that she is very loved by our whole social work class.
I really hope that once all of this is over, we can have some kind of social work reunion class of 2020 and Ada can be a part of it because she's also graduating. And I'm really sad that we didn't get to have a proper send-off for all of us. And I need that. I need that for my soul. Okay? Okay? Ada, show up, please. So again, Ada, just thank you for everything that you have done for the social work department. We are literally standing on your shoulders, and I hope that you can give yourself a break in this retirement. Maybe you don't want to, and that's fine. But I also wouldn't be mad about, maybe some yearly parties at your house. Social work parties, nothing crazy. Maybe some tequila shots. I missed that in Mexico. I wasn't there, okay? So I deserve it. I deserve to be a part of it at some point. And so do you. Anyways, thank you, Ada. We love you so much.
I want to congratulate you on retirement, and you invite us over to your homes. Let's meet your families and things like that, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. You guys have made a huge impact on me when I came to Bethel. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't even, once I was in the social work program, I was like, dang, this joint, I don't even know if this is for me either. But yeah, you guys just kept on staying on me, and were kept always guiding me and always had patience in me and stuff like that, and I really, really appreciate that. I have your email addresses, so I'll hit y'all up. God bless you. Braden loves you. I'm signing off. Oh yeah, and also, I would love to be in class during this time to see y'all and everyone else. But you guys have done a great job, I feel like, with handling these online courses and stuff like that. Like it seems as close as like what it's gonna get to being in class. Like I would much rather be there, actually hear you guys lecture. But I do enjoy the videos and the readings that we are assigned to. So yeah, you guys are great teachers. Congrats. Not like I told you something you didn't already know. I love you. Goodbye.
I think that the biggest thing that makes me want to thank you is the fact that you brought me into a social work program when I wasn't a social work major. I didn't even think about social work and didn't even know that social work was a degree. And I think a lot of the things that I would say about you would be that you're kind and you're patient. And you've always been supportive of everything that I've done, and I think those are your best qualities. You have always done everything to help me, even if it's just sitting and listening to me talk about all of these dynamics in my life when you didn't have to, and that was pretty special to me. I mean, I think that you've always gone above and beyond for everybody around you, and I think that that's super special. I'm glad that I got to be around you for 4 years of my college career. I mean, it's insane that you're the one who put me in the program and you're the one to see me out. I mean, and I'm glad that we're the ones to see you out as well. So, I mean, keep in contact. If you need anything, we're here.
Here is a special message from Jen to Ada.
There's so many reasons I appreciate her as a colleague. Ada is always calm. She's always very thoughtful. She's very good at helping me look at multiple different ways of analyzing a situation, and for that I'm very grateful. Ada is also extremely reliable. If I ask her to do something, or if she asks me to do something, the expectation is that we'll do it, and she's just very clear and open and curious, and I really appreciate that about her. She's also incredibly kind, and forgiving. When a mistake is made or when something is overlooked, she's very patient. It's been amazing that I've gotten to start my career at Bethel College under her guidance, and probably especially special because I was one of her students 25 years ago. I have seen Ada be a tremendous mentor to many students over the years. She's very patient with them. She's willing to work with them. She's willing to adapt her level of work and assignments. And she's really not afraid to manage very difficult issues and challenges with students, and she does so gracefully. So thank you, Ada, for all of that. It's been an honor to work with you and to learn from you, and I'm so appreciative and happy for you.
All right, Ada B, you have almost made it to the end of your video. Just hang in there a little while longer. Gosh, Ada, there's so much I have to thank you for. In the last 2 years that I have known you, you have just greatly impacted my life. You have been an amazing advisor. You put up with me all the time. You know, I come running to you saying, oh my gosh, I'm having midlife crises, and you always are willing to sit down and talk about them. I don't know how many times I was in your office in between coming back from Mexico and our last day in class, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do after graduation, if grad school was the thing for me or the other options that I was looking at. And I remember we sat down and went through the pros and the cons, and you know, you said whatever you choose you'll be great at, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. You know, you're very supportive. It meant a lot to me. Sometimes I think I dream too big, but you encourage me to dream bigger. And I think that's what makes you such an amazing human being, is you never tell someone they dream too big. You only encourage them to just reach for the stars even more. So that's something I'll carry with me, and I'm gonna continue reaching for those stars, and to just, when I get ideas in my head, I'm just gonna take them and run. And that is all thanks to you. I also want to thank you for all the kind words that you have just spoken to me during my time at Bethel. I remember when I was thinking about transferring, you were still really supportive. I know you really wanted me to stay, and I'm glad I did. But even when I was looking into that, it just meant a lot to me that I could still sit down with you, even though I didn't really know you as well. I was still pretty quiet back then. But just, you know, from day one, I knew you were someone I could always have on my side to support me. I remember just a couple weeks ago, Linda and I were FaceTiming with you, interviewing you, which, confession time, if you haven't picked up on it, that was a completely fake interview. I was trying to help Jen get some answers for your bio she posted on Facebook. But at the end of our conversation, you said something that, oh my gosh, almost made me just burst into tears. You said, you know, you could see the ways in which I would change the world with social work, and just that the world is a better place because of me. And I mean, I stared into my phone. Like I said, we were FaceTiming. I just stared on my phone, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to cry, because that is so sweet. That is so supportive. So, you know, kind little phrases like that mean a lot, and they go a long way. Ada, when I nominated you for the Newton Woman of the Year, I did not take that lightly. I knew that you were very deserving of this award, and I'm glad you won. I had no doubt that you wouldn't. I knew you would. So congratulations, first of all, Woman of the Year, one of them. I cannot wait to celebrate. It's going to be a super joyous day. But I also want to read you some sentences that I wrote on your nomination form. It asked questions as to why I thought you deserved this award and how I would describe you. So I just want to read some of what I wrote, because it all holds very true to who you are as a person and as a professor. Okay, so at the end of this coming year, or at the end of this coming academic year, in May, Ada will have taught at Bethel for 35 years. In the duration of these 35 years, she has impacted the lives of many past, current, and future social workers in the greater Newton area. There are many words to describe Ada, but the ones that ring true are patient, caring, dedicated, generous, honest, and wise. Ada is very determined to see each of her students succeed and will persist through any roadblocks that may arise. She is loyal to each of her relationships and is very intentional in getting to know people down to their core. She's remained honest in her work as a longtime social worker and professor. Ada has cultivated strong roots in every single student she has worked with. All the students that have gone into other places of the country and world will forever have these strong roots that she has instilled in them, and will continuously keep growing the legacy of Ada. For the last 35 years, Ada has given more than she has received. Her dedication, empathy, warm and kind heart deserve to be recognized not only from the Bethel community, but also the Newton community in which she has impacted in many ways. Ada, for 35 years, like I said, you have given more than you have received. You have shown a willingness to not only the Bethel community, but just the social work community in general, to always lend a helping hand, to always be a listening ear, and to always advocate for those who may need it. Like I said, I'm so grateful that I've gotten to know you during my time at Bethel. I could not imagine life without you. And just you have changed my world and the world of others in so many significant ways. And I hope you never forget that. I hope you never forget how great of a person you are. Oh shoot, I didn't think I was gonna cry. You deserve this retirement more than anybody I know. Although officially we know that you will never ever retire from being a social worker. You will forever have that instilled in you. So we want to wish you the best as you begin this new journey. I once had a wise person tell me that if something seems scary and or makes you nervous, think of it as an adventure. Your adventure might seem a little scary. There's a lot of unknown right now in the world, but it is going to be one heck of a great adventure. You know, go travel, make more cookies, give me some. Go see your grandkids and your daughters and spoil the heck out of them. Go get a tattoo. I don't know, do something crazy like dye your hair purple or maybe blue. Honestly, I think like a blue color would look really good on you. But anyways, just do something crazy, live your life to the fullest, and just enjoy this new phase of life. Ada, we are so grateful for you. I love you. Everybody loves you. Thank you so much for everything. This is not a goodbye. This is simply just to see you later. So we just want to wish you well with this next journey of your life. Please stay in touch. You know we will all be emailing you for references and whatnot. We want to hear about how life is going for you. And of course, whether you want to know or not, I'm going to tell you about my life. So thank you, Ada, for everything. Good luck, and we love you.